Good morning, Aries. Good moment. However you are, I hope it is amazing and you're full of joy and this attitude of gratitude because you have woke your butt up this morning. It says morning here, but readings are timeless, so whenever it's catching to you, that's why I say good moment. You know, last time I did a reading for y'all, you guys were having whoever resonates with it, hard time with cycle breaking from their parents. You know, it's like with the World card coming out in this truce, it's like you're kind of finally settling down to the truth of whatever situation that has been bothering you. It doesn't have to be the last reading, of course, but just settling the dust energy has been in there for you guys. That day with the cycle breaker energy of your reading, I had to just spontaneously do it because God was calling me to do an Aries reading. So let's see what else he brings out today. I've been praying for you guys because I know cycle breaking is very difficult if you are resonating with that. All right, Jehovah. Thank you so much, Father. What's going to happen for Aries here? Secret card right there. Secret card. All right, so let me just get a little comfier here because... All right. Ooh. Jehovah, what's going on with Aries today? Aries right now. Oh, Aries. This is great. So this balance that you needed, that Four of Swords, that truth that was really trying to come in to bring this whole new world for you, like Aladdin up your ass, you know, here it is. This is finally this internal balance that you've been pretty much manifesting unknowingly. This is your intuition. And before this is the Magician. And you have to remember that whatever card comes up, you've still got that, whether it's past, present, or future. Okay, this is your present energy right now because this is exactly what I'm feeling. And I don't, you know, I just listen to what my spirit tells me. And so past is Magician, present is High Priestess, and then your future energy would be Empress, Emperor, right? So right now you're really stepping into this emotional balance of truths. And, you know, the High Priestess, this is someone who's very, very big on their faith. In this card, she's represented as a female because she has feminine energy. She's ruled by the moon here. Cancer, Pisces is also here. I mean, look, there's her emotions just at her feet because she has power over them spiritually. Her flesh state of mind versus her spiritual state of mind. You know, those 400 pomegranates are right there behind her because she's so fruitful. She knows the difference between the north and the south, okay, right and wrong, black and white, yes and no, dark and light. You know, she's got it all within, so she's got it all without. And so this balance is really coming in for you spiritually. Your third eye has now opened, if I hope so. If not, it's on its way to. And I remember what that felt like when it did it for me. And wow, it's these illusions that are coming off, right? This excess of ions, of extra elements in our body that we don't need, 311, that have been blinding us from the truth this whole entire time, right? Yeah, wow. Aries, I'm so proud of you. And she's also holding the first 5 books of our faith, the Torah there, the first 5 books of the Old Testament. So, oh yeah, look at that. So this balance that you wanted, it's here, or it's slowly coming in, but you're still having a hard time balancing yourself from a couple different things here. Okay, this is also really funny to me because the rune that goes back to the High Priestess, Othula, it looks like a fish. And so as I see this, I'm like, huh, look, like here's the tail, and then here's the body. You know, it completely stretched out. The rune is a lot smaller than that, but that's exactly what I thought of. Was there's the other part of the tail coming up to the body here. You know, it here, it might be in one of my notes here. No, I'll just draw it again because I can see it. So it's like that. Yeah. So just think about that body, just the High Priestess in there, and then it's going off to continue the rest of this spectrum, this helio that's going to happen. You know, if I can do this without, it'll just continue. It'll continue like that, which is really 1 fish, 2 fish. 1 fish, 2 fish, red fish, blue fish. Makes sense? So here you are, and you're trying to really continue to 444 just past those, so you're protected there. That's, of course you are, because it's right here within you, so it's without of you. Swords are twos, and it's looking in the mirror really and accepting the truth, no matter how mentally interfering it is within, because wands, the ones before that, are really rocking you. This stable foundation that you're trying to build, well, now you've had this emotional balance, right? Which is what is required of us, of a child of God, is to master our emotions and be able to think clearly and be still and know and you know, love and invite our Father to walk through our path with us, because we haven't been able to do it before alone, right? Wow. Yeah, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. You might also have air in your chart, or absorbing someone's energy that is an air sign. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius there. You could be a Gemini, Cancer, Cusp. You could be an Aquarius, Pisces cup, because that's here. Yeah, and then look at that, 10 of Pentacles. So there's just one, maybe two more things. Right here's 555 rolls in. Jehovah, you're so funny. You know, oh, wow, look at this. Okay, so 555 comes in, means a change needs to happen. Well, a change needs to happen, and this is 2 5s right here, okay? Technically 3 because of the past and present future, so there's 15 there technically. Well, this is an ending, and then also just like kind of where do I go? That extra 5 pentacles, that's hidden elements within you. It's kind of just, you know, trying to blind you from which direction you're going to, because when this happens, it's also going to reflect out that other way as well. Not just negatively, not just positively. It's going to be negative if this is positive, and if this is negative, it's going to be positive. It's always going to be flashing, like the Simon Says game, just to make sure everything's flowing electrically like our neurons do in our body. So here's this ending. This could be a lost job, a lost family member, a lost career, a divorce, just some kind of ending here. This is also your self-worth, and that's mainly how I use it, which you're finally stepping into again here, huh? However, this is all elements here. So there's really this ending to this previous element chapter phase that was there before that was no longer serving you. And it's kind of like you're trying to clear the dust out. I'm taking my mirrors and my truth, and I'm just being on guard. I'm proceeding 7-11. I'm proceeding myself with caution because I know the difference now. I've learned this lesson. I now have wisdom inside of me and perception of what red flags are versus what white flags are versus what a green flag would be, right? Like, go ahead and go for it. You'll start to feel that in your body too, within this power manifestation, the spiritual gift that you've been given. And through your faith, you'll be able to balance yourself as well. Yeah, 2 of Swords there. Wow. And then this 10 of Pentacles. Another thing that I wanted to say, this was the other thing. I had this first thing going on in my mind while I looked at this. And we already talked about the Cancer, Pisces moon here. Okay, the moon is there. Look how imbalanced that is, really. Like, this is perfect. This is perfect. This the same size, the crescent is there. However, her moon is like on its back facing up towards her because she has control of it. The moon is very, very manipulative. Okay. Now, when you're trying to find this balance, look at the moon's control. The moon is very manipulative. I just told you that, 8-11. So if this moon's power is above you, you think it's going to have control of you, yeah? And that's why you need to find this balance. That's why it's required of us to master these emotions so they don't bother us anymore. These emotions, this negative energy, is by the power of Satan. And when we are not divided properly to be able to kick Satan out, it's still going to be manipulative in any mask that it can. Okay, any snakeskin, many forms that the devil can sneak by way of your faith here, or lack thereof. If you have one low vibration left in your body, he can fuse to it. So this is why it's so important to make sure that none of these emotions, you can definitely hold space for them. I want you to hold space for them because you need to be able to understand yourself, be able to challenge yourself as you grow, and recognize this process of, oh, I'm gonna sneeze. Ooh, yep. Oh, he's moving through my nose, y'all. Oh my gosh, 5. It's always 5. That's so funny. Makes sense, 5 and 1. So Luke 12:49, not peace, but division. However, this process that you've been going through, well, now when you look back and reflect on it to the opposite end of this mirror, right? The opposite end of this sword, you're noticing how much this process has actually now turned into progress. And you're like, I never want to turn back that way. I really want to become more emotionally balanced so then I can be more mentally, spiritually balanced, because you're fighting your flesh state of mind versus your spiritual state of mind when these illusions are within you, you know, when these veils are not lifted yet. Isaiah 25:7, when he will lift the veil off of all nations. Well, all nations are inside of you, your kingdoms, your 4 kings and your 4 queens. So when he lifts up this illusion, these extra emotions, these extra over-processed toxic elements in our body that we are carrying too much of because we keep allowing it physiologically, not understanding, not knowing what we're doing, Romans 7, because it's just kicking us in the butt. And then when it kicks us in the butt, it's physical, it's energetically, it's spiritual, it's physically, and then it starts to be financially. You know, it just continues to get you down this vicious cycle that's huge, more than the one that you're focusing on, this little tiny one inside of you. It's always going, this energy, no matter what. And that's why this high priestess energy is really important, to balance yourself, to be able to understand that, no, this is not serving me anymore. I need to trump everything else that earthly matters. You know, that Satan has had control over me with this negative energy. Satan has been given authority to have access and realm, or authority over the lower realms, which is earth. Okay, earth is also flesh. When our spirit leaves our body, it goes, we just decompose. Okay, it belongs to earth. Book of Revelation tells us it's all going to die away, and we already know that. So we're fighting our flesh so hard. You know, if you and I get into an argument, I'm not fighting your flesh. 11:11. Thank you, Jehovah, for having my back. I'm not fighting your flesh. I'm fighting your reflection. I'm fighting that mirror inside of you, as you are also fighting the mirror inside of you, the multiple veils, because you've allowed them to continue. You've allowed them to blossom and grow. And I'm telling you, sweetheart, when one part of your tree is bad, all of it's going to be bad. And not bad isn't like wicked and evil. It's unhealthy. It's low serotonin, which leads to intrusive thoughts, which leads to suicidal tendencies and accomplishments on that. It leads to depression and anxiety. It leads to overeating. It leads to toxic behaviors with other people, because you've now mirrored each other and you can't let go, because the devil inside of them is not controlled and the devil inside of you is not controlled. The devil is inside of you. Your own devil is the one that's kicking your butt here, you know, and not anyone else. You have to control your own behaviors here. And look at, you're sitting at 2s and 10s with a mirror of 2s and 10s here. So you have this new start after this ending, this whole death and rebirth at 12:11 there. Oh my gosh, 12:11. So you surrendered now with this. The 12 is the hanged man, to then be able to go back positively, but it's adding more, really, if you flip the spectrums again, to get this justice, you know, which 11:11 is right here. And we already talked about 11:11 right when Jehovah brought it out for us. So these angel numbers are beautiful. Aries, you are so, I'm almost overwhelmed at how guided you are. I don't think you understand. I don't think that you understand that as you're getting closer to your intuition here, you're kind of afraid of it. You're not understanding that it's your ancestors, it's your spirit guides. It's your protection, and you need to be friends with them. They're here to guide you and here to talk to you. Don't deny them anymore, because when you're not so overwhelmed like this, you'll be able to make the conscious decisions for yourself. They'll be able to help you move on through. And as you get closer to yourself, you're also getting closer to them and getting closer to God, Jesus, Jehovah, Yeshua. I use all 4 terms. So you have so much going here for you. And it's almost like there's just one last veil. And you're just like, wow, this is really my new life. Like, this is almost hard to accept. My 10 pentacles, it's finally here. I just need to bring that balance in and saying, okay, this is new. This is it. I am deserving. I am worthy. Damn it. I am going to be happy. You decided that, honey, not anyone else. You did. 1331 right there. 1331, you guys. 1331. In this deck that I also use for healing, the Lenormand, he wants me to show y'all. I can't. My stomach's going off. I got to show y'all. So in this deck, that 13 card is the child. And then the 31, watch, they're going to be at the very end. Oh, there, it's the 13. And there's the sun. So 13, 31. That's what I just saw. And he's telling you, I am your father and you are my daughter. You are my son. I want you to get better, and you're doing it. Oh, I just heard you're doing it so well. And my earphone almost popped out there. Wow, that was a lot of, you're doing it well. Doing it and doing it and doing it well. Yeah, wow. 1331 here, which is 4 and 4, which is just balancing also your 4 cups masculine side and 4 cups on your feminine side. These traumas that you had, if you had any, if you are resonating and relating to that cycle breaker your last upload. It'll be in your playlist. You know, you're kind of balancing it out and you're realizing 1441 we just saw there. Oh my gosh. 1441. Okay, so let's see. Because, yeah, you're balancing out who your true parent is. It's like yourself. You are your inner child's parent while you also have Father up above and Jesus to help you. 1441. So 14 is the fox. Look at how he is doing this, you guys. I love this. He blessed me with the gift of gematria and he shows it to me in so many different ways. And for some reason, I'm also blanking on the 41 card. 40 is the mask. 14 is there. Okay, 41. I'm trying to remember if it even goes up that high. I think it goes to like 41. There it is. Ha ha ha. Okay, so if we're taking these reflections, these negative to the positive, because this is 5 and 1 and 5 and 1, and this is always going to be split and divided to reproduce into more. Okay. I have math and science videos also in the playlist to go back and where God has showed me through science and actually doing the math on it on 5 and 1. So you'll just have to go back if you're not new to the channel here. However, 14 and 41, it's like you realize that this sly, conniving energy in your life wasn't serving you, and it was making you go down this emotional well and getting yourself so lost in it that you were mentally ill, you were emotionally ill, when Jehovah's telling you, look, you're down in your flesh state, you're down in your emotions, you're down in what you do not have control over, right? Look at this, and right here, this is your middle pillar. Okay, this is your middle pillar. This is you. This light, these pillars here, they're in front of you because you're standing in between them. You're also standing in between them, but their energy is also behind you. See how that works? So back to the drawing board. So this well, and I'm literally doing this like it's Family Feud bonus round, so don't judge me. And we shouldn't be judging anyway, so it's going to look like that, right? Here's your black. This is the black pillar. This is the white pillar, right? Well, when you're standing in between it, you know, sure, she's sitting in between them on the card and whatnot. But if you're actually approaching someone like this between two pillars and you're too far away, is it going to look like she's right inside of between those? Or is it going to look like this over time? You know, like the well is way far back there, but you're standing between these two pillars. So now you're not understanding that this spectrum's energy is now this far away. Okay, this far away. So then if we were to look behind it and reflect it, that same thing would happen. So now, what in the heck, you guys? I just heard Bill Nye the Science Guy. What the hell? All right. So then what's going to happen though is that this is actually going to be the illusion of this will be way bigger because the primal light's stacked. So then what's going to happen is this connection is going out. Well, this one's going in. Okay, you see how the different changes of direction would be there. So this is the back if you were to be looking at the back side here, and this is the front. Back, front. So back, excuse me, front, back, front, back. So when you're looking at this and the sunlight is hitting it, how many shadows are casting here? How many reflections are actually being produced here? And it's so small to our human eye, we will not see. But that's what Jehovah's trying to show you, is that no matter where you're standing at in your pillars, you still have these illusions around you, and you have to change your mindset on them to be able to come home to yourself and be here in the positive light as you're farther away from what's not serving you anymore. You know, as you are this, I see what he wants me to do. Okay. So he's telling you, here I am orbiting and I'm ruling. You know, maybe we'll just do it that way. Here I am. You know, and now it's like, okay, this is where you're at here. What do you think is going to be heavier when justice comes in and you're being weighed and measured because of your elements? This is going to be, okay. So this person's behavior, this sly, conniving fox who stole from you, who's over in and out, this knight, this player, whatever. I'm already channeling that. What are you going to do? You know, what else is there? 9 of Pentacles. Yeah, he took away your worth. And look at 10 of Pentacles. So look at this. what you did was you looked at these mirrors, these 5s and these 5s, right? So look at, here's your 5 and your 5 and your 5. There's that 15 right there, Jehovah, thank you, which actually makes 20 now. Well, when that happens, it's going to make that 4 square, and that 4 of swords is going to come in, and that balance is going to be there. So then 6 of swords, you can walk away from this emotional energy. 6 of cups, you can come home to yourself. 6 of pentacles, you can give and take to yourself equally from the good and the bad and the bad and the good, because you're able to embrace that. You've restored your fortunes, and that's what's happening here. And you are so guided. You're Jehovah's child. You know, you're walking away from this anymore to make sure that your tree, your light, your lampstand is equal. This light bulb is standing upright. Your balanced and true alignment comes in. Okay, that's beautiful. Let's put those cards back, and we're going to continue moving on here, because this is a lot for just 3 cards. But Aries, I'm so proud of you. Let's see here. Bottom of the deck. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, that would make sense, because if you were in 6 of swords, then that past energy would come with this extra 2 swords again, and then that 8 swords. So then when you transfer to that spectrum, that 8 swords is going to come in to get that balance again with this 10 of swords. So you're really walking away from this mental burdening. I mean, look at, you didn't realize that you were allowing them to continue stabbing you in the back the longer that you stayed. The longer that you stayed, you were ruining yourself. You were accepting more excessive ions through the illusions of the reflections here, because they were negative inside. You didn't mean to do that. Of course you didn't, but now you have to apologize to yourself. Come home, talk to the big doctor upstairs, because he wants to cure you, recover you. He's going to send Jesus down, 2111 there, thank you. 2 sides of you with your intuition. 2, 1, 2, 111, following your intuition. He's going to send Jesus down, put this key in your spiritual backbone, and wind you up with grace and mercy to walk with you, okay? Don't be afraid of it anymore. This intuition is your best friend, and this is the easiest way to talk to Jehovah. If you're having struggles with it, the best thing that I did was I learned how to meditate, and meditating is a huge access point to grow yourself spiritually, while also being able to be set continually on with your spirit guides here, with your angels that you clearly have here. Yeah, let's see. Do you want to see what that secret card was? Let's see. Jehovah, wow. Yeah, you had a lot of mental instability, which would reflect so much. I mean, if you think about it, 1s and 2s, low vibrations here, swords. We don't have any wands because you've already trumped them. Now you're just trying to spiritually, through your spiritual state of mind, figure out 2211, the balance and where you're going to go as you're trusting your intuition. You have 1111 plus 1 more 11 makes that 2211. So there's that triangle of faith already coming back in. 2222. Oh my gosh, this balance, 4 and 4 once again. What you're having trouble with is that I mean, this is a lot of swords, sweetheart. You're at 21 swords here. So there's 2 endings, 3 endings. So there's just one more huge trauma that happened for you. It's got to be, because 4 and 4, right? So if 3 of your cups, 3 of your traumas are settled, you've got 1 more that's blocking you from getting this balance, and it's mentally instabling you. You're having a hard time accepting the truth about what happened. You're having a hard time accepting the truth that you put yourself in this situation, that this 2255, this is because of your behavior, and you're having a hard time accepting that you got yourself there and how hurt you got. You have a hard time accepting that this person no longer will treat you with good intentions, and that's what you've been doing to yourself here. It's really time to step into this power here, you know. And I'm also getting, you know, in Hebrew, this can go back to the other woman too. So they might have put you in this third party situation that just continued to put you here. And now it's like, I just need 1 more truth to settle. So this 10 of swords can come in. I be completely done with this situation, to then reflect my 10 of pentacles, to then reflect my 9 of cups, 10 of cups. But then you'll have that ace of swords left over. You have 1 more, and this is your present truth. This is, yep, I'm going to hold space for it right now, and then I'm going to move on, and I'm going to be happy, and I'm going to talk to God about it if I'm not. You're really taking the time to understand, like, okay, even this here, we already talked about this here, right? In the wane. Well, let's do it here. So I'm having a really hard time accepting what I should take from that. You know, every lesson is a blessing, sweetheart. If you just change the mental outlook on it and realize, okay, that happened, but I understand to not be involved in that again. That was their red flag. So now, future-wise, if I see their red flags again, I'm not going to go for that. You need to turn these opportunities into wisdom, and not just victimization and shame and guilt and not feeling worthy or good enough, insecurity, okay, sweetheart? Because think about this toxic elements, these wands, this low vibrations here, as toxic elements as they are, they're reflecting with air, and air, oxygen goes back to being an acid former. So just think of how many firecrackers are going off inside of you, causing all this energy, this anxiety to happen. Just think about it. How shiny would those swords be if you actually shined a bunch of fireworks on them? Okay, that's what's going on in your illusion. That's what's going on in your veil, this virtual game of reality that you've put yourself in, sweetheart. And Aries, it is enough. You know that it's time to walk away. You're just trying to settle it so you know which direction to go, because you know that if you continue that vicious cycle, you're just going to be here over and over and over, like a blinker on your chariot, just waiting to turn, and you don't have that opportunity yet at the intersection because the intersection lights are broken. Okay, yeah, it ain't gonna work for you, sweetheart. Let's see what else is here, bottom of the deck. Yeah, look at that, Queen of Cups in the negative. So Cancer, oh my gosh. So look at this. Yeah, it's like you got to follow your intuition, and then once your Queen of Cups will come into play, you'll be completely balanced on your feminine side. So then this can reflect off to your Emperor and your Empress energy. Okay, and your Queen of Pentacles too, which you're slowly getting into, Aries. That's beautiful. Ace of Pentacles. Yep, there it is right there. Thank you, Jehovah, for that confirmation. There's this new start, and this is all this worth for you, sweetheart. You have this new outlook on these elements inside of you. It's easy way to view yourself differently, because this illusion of excess ions are not producing that veil, that fog, that haze. The shadows are gone because you've been working on them. The burdens, the traumas, you're feeling them one last time. You're realizing how much potential you have now, because that's what he's brewing inside of you here. Proper elements to get you aligned and move you well on your way. Yeah, look at that. Shut up. I just talked about the Chariot. Well on your way, because your blinker will be able to work, and so will the intersection lights, okay? Wow. Wow, Jehovah. Yeah, no, I was going to end it, but he says chakra card. So let's just pull you a chakra card. I try to keep these around 30 minutes because I respect you and your time, but I can't put time on time. He wants me to see what's under this. This is also Cancer too. So there's a lot of Cancer here, Aries. You might be dealing with the Cancer, or just this feminine side of you, honestly. There's might be a maternal trauma that you're having a really hard time getting over, or you might have to let your mama go. And if you have not seen the cycle breaker reading that was last posted for you, you might want to go watch it. Okay, there's the Chariot. Yeah, look at this Knight of Swords. This playa was not doing it well, because he had no pure intentions. If he's a negative Knight of Swords, then he's automatically reflecting a positive Knight of Wands. Okay, and that ain't good. He's immature, he's low, 2711, he's insecure, he's narcissistic, or she, we're adult slip energies here. Their cup will never be full, and they are using you to their advantage as you steal from yourself to make them whole. Okay, they are not your ending, and Jehovah's told you right here it ain't gonna happen. Yeah, look at the Emperor in the negative. Yep, he is blocking you from coming into your masculine energy here. Yeah, which is pre-Empress as well, with the High Priestess there. So yeah, you're really in this new transition with 2s and 10s. With this 8 is strength, this infinity. You really need to have this strength in and out, which is your intuition right there at the High Priestess, your overall energy. Jehovah, what's this chakra card that you want to bring out? You're buzzing my stomach up, so my musical xylophone here. No. Okay. Yeah, you guys, I feel energy, and like he talks to me in my solar plexus, these little solar panels inside of us that can talk to our reflections here of energy to talk to God. And it's like always at a it's always there. If it's negative or no, it'll go down. If it's high, positive, it's literally like musical scales inside of us that vibrate off of our chakras here. So that's what I'm feeling. And he's okay. There it is right there. Oh, you haven't accepted the truth that this is what's meant for you. You don't want to move on, and you're having a really hard time. You're trying to hang on to something that's not meant for you here. I'm surprised the 4 of Cups didn't come out here, but you're so stuck at this mental instability because you have yet to see just how damaging that this is for you. It's making you incredibly sick. It's completely ruined your emotional side, because that's what's here. But then you're so stuck in this mental side. You're having a great time balancing the emotions. You're just still having a really hard time understanding that this is what's meant for you. You need to move on. This is making you a new person. Temperance energy is here, and this goes to the manifestation power of our electrical prop back in Hebrew to the inside of us. And this is your new nervous system that's coming, your chakras. They are no longer emotional shockers, and you're starting to heal. 2911, both sides of you have Jesus present. Thank you, Jehovah. 911, Jesus is here. So this temperance energy, this internal judgment that you're having, and it's really hard to accept that you got yourself this far down, but this balance will come in because it's right here. And this throat chakra, this is blue. This is what's meant for you to tell the truth on. This is what's going to happen regardless, day or night, land or water. You have to figure it out. You want to be safe on land spiritually, not drowning in your water emotionally, because the well is already there trying to tell you to get out. Yeah, look at that. Once you accept the truth of this quest, this power manifestation will continue to come, and this third eye will continue to open for you, which is right here. Just another confirmation. And you'll be blessed with more gifts, okay? Things that you can see, hear, know, smell. Like I smell something sometimes. I don't understand why, but I'm like, gosh, why do I keep smelling that? It just happens. You know, you don't know what's going to happen until you try, until you give yourself this amazing opportunity. And it's right here. You have so much potential inside of you, and Jehovah wants you to take it. You are his child, and he loves you very much. Wounds into light.